No quarter! There's no denying it. The Astrians built things to last. It's amazing that this old mechanism still works.
I imagine there are others like it in these ruins. Keep your eyes peeled.
It's a shame this bridge hasn't stood the test of time. We have no choice but to go around.
We could go along this ledge. Maybe there's a way through a bit further on.
Show them what we're made of! what we're made of!
It's locked.
Well, have you discovered anything of note?
Unfortunately, for the time being, our exploration has been blocked by this landslide.
Ah, yes. The site is unfortunately quite unstable in places.
But don't worry. I notified the prince, and he promised us that he would send us explosives to clear the way quickly. They should arrive tomorrow morning, I imagine. Unless you have some with you and can clear it all away yourself, which would be a stroke of luck.
We've at least finally managed to get the lift working.
Would you like to come and rest at the camp with us while we wait for the delivery?
Thank you for the invitation. We'd be delighted to return to the camp with you.
Excellent. It's just a minor setback, and at least we'll be well rested tomorrow. Only a fool dares to attack at the best.
Is everyone all right?
I think so. I'm all in one piece. What a horrific attack.
Alas, poor Flora is no longer with us. Those Brutes killed her before we could do anything to stop them.
No. Oh, poor Flora. She was so passionate about our research and so kind. What sort of monster would be willing to kill a young woman while she sleeps? What were they hoping to find? We haven't even made it into the heart of the ruins yet. Oh, the prince is going to be devastated. I hope he won't put a stop to our research.
I hope so too.
And let's hope the explosives arrive tomorrow, as expected. We must make a discovery fast if we want to keep the prince's support. Let's get some rest. I doubt we'll be attacked again tonight.
Show them what we're made. Let's show them what we're made of!
May the enlightened be with me. I sense that my hour is near.
Step. There are traps. I can't do it.
May the enlightened be with me. I sense that my hour is near.
Let's show them what we're made of!
May the enlightened be with me. I sense that my hour is near.
It's locked. Watch your step. There are traps. Did you hear that sound? That last lever seems to have triggered something.
The tomb must have opened. Ancestors from days of yore, if indeed we are related, we are about to enter your final resting place.
Let's show them what we're made of!
Wonderful, you did it. We're going to be able to enter the tomb at last.
can't do anything with this. I don't see how we could use this. This is just what we needed. I can't do anything with this. I don't see how we could use this. That might come in handy. That might come in handy.
Wonderful, you did it. We're going to be able to enter the tomb at last. This text is a major find. Look, these are the names of all the kings of the last Astrian dynasty.
Yes, it's unbelievable. My mentor would have loved to have been a part of this discovery.
Look at the second to last name. Vespasia. That's the archaic spelling of Devesp, isn't it? Flora would have been so proud to present this find to the prince.
This tablet reveals an almost direct lineage between one of the kings of the last Astrian dynasty and the Devesp family.
Ooh, I imagine that to acquire such a relic, the family will be prepared to pay a small fortune.
Ingo, I don't think it's...
Shall we take it, Master?
Ingo, not. You wouldn't dare, would you? You're leaving aside the prince's hopes. You're about to deprive all of the historians in the world of this discovery. Well, the historians will have to wait until the future owner of this tablet is willing to show it to them, I guess. Think of it as a kind of loan, a temporary change of ownership. Just long enough to make us rich.
I thought you'd already demonstrated the full extent of your stupidity, but I was wrong. If you think we're going to let you take that tablet without a fight, think again.
Oh, I ain't resorting to violence. But if I understand correctly, you leave us no choice. Not to arms!
Show them what we're made of!
Please, stop! Take the tablets and let us live! Ingo got a bit carried away, but you won't do it again, will you?
Of course, we made a mistake. It was just a sudden fit of greed. But I promise you, it won't happen again.
Fine. Leave and don't ever come back.
Oh, I promise you. I give you my word. As a gentleman.
Come on, Ingo. Let's leave quickly before they change their minds. And you need medical attention.
I could never have imagined that those people would try to attack us like that. I'm glad you were able to scare them off. It would have been a tragedy if they'd have stolen this incredible tablet.
Indeed. And it would be good to get it somewhere safe as quickly as possible. If it's all right with you, we can take it straight to the prince.
That's an excellent idea. The dig site is far from secure, so it's best to get this discovery somewhere safe as quickly as possible. Poor Flora. At least your death wasn't entirely in vain. Oh, perhaps the prince will be able to forgive us for what happened. I just hope, in the light of such progress, he will continue to give us the support we need to carry on the dig.
We'll go to the palace immediately. Good luck with the dig, Garib.
Thank you. It will probably take me months.
I can't believe that arrogant Kernaz had the impudence to conduct his little experiments in High Prairie. On our land. If that wretch thinks that our neutrality will prevent us from retaliating, he is sorely mistaken, I assure you.
I've never seen anyone fight like you do. You move and strike so quickly with those twin blades. Do you think you could teach me?
Darling, it's all a matter of speed, yes, but also of elegance. You've got to read your opponent's movements, dance with them, and land your blow where they least expect it. I dare say I can show you the basics. You're rather light on your feet. But it takes constant training, and you'll need to persevere if you're to master it. You're coming along nicely, and you pick things up quickly. Keep at it, and we might just make a passable assassin of you yet. And do remember, whatever happens, stay elegant. Always.
I won't forget. Thank you, Sybil. Let's talk about it later.
Always at your service.
Dear friends, what a pleasure to see you again. Do you wish to discuss something?
We've learned from our friend Sybil de Vespe that the prince wants to prove the antiquity of his bloodline.
Yes, I'd heard that. He claims his family is descended from the Astrian kings. He's convinced that some of the more traditionalist families would be more willing to support him if he could prove it.
He ordered an archaeological dig carried out in the ruins not far from the city in search of the Tomb of the Kings. We went there and were able to enter it and find the proof he was looking for.
Is that so? And I suppose that now you're wondering who to give this proof to. I don't want to pressure you, of course, but I can assure you that if you were to give it to us, your expedition would be fully paid for. And you would also have the gratitude of the Prince d'Orsay, who is considered by everyone to be more honest and loyal than his rival.
We need to think about it some more. We appreciate your offer.
I understand. It's not a simple decision, so take your time.
We'll leave you to your work.
Thank you. Come back if you need my insights.
All the latest fashions and our embroideries.
Stop right there. This part of the palace is restricted. You can't go any further.
We have the endorsement of Father Cardinal Pius. I presume he sent word?
Oh? Yes, I think we were told that a group of his protégés wished to speak with a minister. You may enter.
You're the Father Cardinal's new protégés, I gather. I must admit, you're not what I expected.
Hello, Mr. Durrill. It is a real pleasure to see you again.
Mademoiselle de Vespe, you have some very strange associates. But I shouldn't be surprised after your stunt in Olima. Well, what is your request?
We would like an audience with the prince. We've made a major breakthrough that will be of great interest to him.
Really? What is it?
Oh, you know. It's just a dig he's undertaking to find proof of the antiquity of his ancestry. Nothing really important.
If what you say is true, I'm sure the prince will be delighted to see you. I'll go and inform him of the reason for your visit. His Majesty Prince Alexandre is expecting you.
Thank you. We'll go and see him straight away. Your Grace.
We meet at last. You're the islander whose name is on everyone's lips. You're becoming something of a celebrity in Peren. Especially because you're always surrounded by such a motley band of characters, including my delightful niece. I was dying to meet you in the flesh.
Uncle, I'm ever so happy to see you.
Sybil, dearest. If you hadn't caused such a diplomatic hurly-burly in Olima, you would still have your place here, at my side. I imagine it was just an offshoot of your adventurous nature. Now that you've decided to put it to use for our cause, I can only applaud it. I was told you seek our support to finance an expedition to Tir Fredi, unless I'm mistaken.
That's right. We have a ship and a captain. But as you know, the cost of such a journey requires the backing of a nation.
Essentially, you hope I will pay for your trip home after you washed ashore in my city.
As we told your minister, we are certain this arrangement could be profitable for you. The ship can carry a large quantity of goods.
Perhaps. But as I'm sure you've already discovered, the congregation's only trading post on the island is run by the Dorsays. However, we could consider backing you if it brought us something that served our interests directly. And I believe you have news about my investigations in that regard.
That's right. We went to the ruins you are excavating. There we helped the archaeologist Garib, and we managed to reach the tomb of the kings.
At last. I feared this whole venture would not prove fruitful, despite the enthusiasm of the lovely Flora. And what did you find?
The tomb is immense and full of all sorts of artifacts. Garib is studying them right now.
Ugh, I hope he's not going to spend months on every scrap of pottery. I'm looking for something very specific from this dig, as you no doubt know. And I obviously can't promise to endorse your request until I've got it. Although I appreciate the fact that you've come to inform me of the progress of the research.
I understand.
Come back and see me if you find the proof I'm looking for. Until then, if you're finished, you may leave.
If your highness permits, we shall live.
As you will. You may go. You're back! What can we do for you?
We found something in the ruins that should interest you.
At last. What did you find?
This tablet, which, according to Garib's analysis, lists all the kings of the last Austrian dynasty.
Excellent. And what does the list say?
One of the kings was named Vespasia, which would make him a direct ancestor of your family. Here.
Sadly, I can't read the Austrian tongue, but if Garib is sure of this...
He is, without a doubt.
At last! The Dorsays will have to bow to the antiquity of our bloodline, and the other families will put them in their rightful place. How wonderful! I must admit that our little Flora was right. I'm surprised not to see her with you. Where is she?
I am very sorry to tell you that Flora was killed in an attack on our camp by looters.
Is that so? How distressing. Octave will be heartbroken. You're used to this kind of conflict. Couldn't you protect her?
Unfortunately, the bandits shot her before the alarm was raised. There was nothing we could do.
Poor child.
I'll make sure that her memory is honored by naming this tablet after her. As for you, my dear friends, I am very pleased to provide you with the financial support of the city of Peren for your journey, in appreciation of the great assistance you have provided through your invaluable discovery and for your prompt delivery of this tablet to me. I'll have Sir Daryl arrange for your ship to be loaded with goods that will be snapped up on your island. I'll also ask him to appoint someone to travel with you and arrange for the goods to be traded once you're there. Oh, when you're ready to leave, go and find the head of trade. She'll be waiting for you in the Square of the Forgotten Goddess in the city center.
Thank you, Your Grace. If Your Highness permits, we shall leave.
As you will. You may go.
Dear friends, what a pleasure to see you again. Do you wish to discuss something?
We've learned from our friend Sybil de Vespe that the prince wants to prove the antiquity of his bloodline.
Yes, I'd heard that. He claims his family is descended from the Astrian kings. He's convinced that some of the more traditionalist families would be more willing to support him if he could prove it.
He ordered an archaeological dig carried out in the ruins not far from the city in search of the tomb of the kings. We went there and were able to enter it and find the proof he was looking for.
Is that so? And I suppose that now you're wondering who to give this proof to. I don't want to pressure you, of course, but I can assure you that if you were to give it to us, your expedition would be fully paid for. And you would also have the gratitude of the Prince d'Orsay, who is considered by everyone to be more honest and loyal than his rival.
This tablet is a record of all the kings of the last Austrian dynasty, and it includes the name Vespasia.
The ancestral name of the de Vespes. If Prince Alexandre were to see it, his pride would drive him to even greater folly.
Here, take it.
Thank you. And don't you worry, we won't destroy it. It's a piece of history, after all. We'll just keep it in a safe place, so that it can't be used against us. You can also rest assured that your journey will be fully financed by the city of Serene. I'll see to it that the cargo is taken on board to keep costs down. And I'll appoint someone to travel with you and sell the goods in Tirfredi. You should be able to sail for your island as soon as you like. When you're ready, Simply go and find the head of trade. They'll be waiting for you in the Square of the Forgotten Goddess in the city center.
Thank you. We'll leave you to your work.
Thank you. Come back if you need my insights.
Our hosts might frown on us stepping away to speak in private. We'd better wait until we're somewhere else.
Workwear or evening wear, you'll find everything you need.
Incredible! You must be reading my thoughts, my dear. I was in fact hoping to have the opportunity to speak with you.
What is this about?
You might have remarked that we've been the targets of frequent attacks. These groups of hired assassins practically breathing down our necks wherever we go.
They're difficult not to notice, indeed. Do you know why they're after us?
They're after me. In fact, it all started when I was still on assignment in Alima. At first, it was just child's play. A poisoned cup of tea here, a clumsy person attempting to stab me in a dark alley there. But the attacks became more and more troublesome and dangerous. I began to fear for my life. It was partly for that reason that I didn't hesitate when given the opportunity to join our little adventure, and accepted to help our friend Alvida. I thought that by being always on the move, I would escape these attacks. I was wrong, as you've been able to see.
Forgive me this question, but aren't the assassins your own family's henchmen?
My family uses them often, that's true. But anyone can hire them to get rid of someone. However, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that the person who placed a bounty on my head shares my family name. Since we have managed to obtain the ear and the financial support of the Dorsey family, I would like to ask them for their protection.
Could they really do something? The Devesps would have been without a doubt the better choice.
Nothing is less certain. Not knowing who hired these assassins, I need the official protection of a powerful family of the congregation. And in this game, the Dorseys are far above all the others. The assassins would think twice before coming after me for fear of riling the prince. Therefore, if you agree, I would like to go there together to find their minister and speak with him about my predicament.
Let's go now. We need to settle this business as quickly as possible.
Thank you. I need to warn you that we will certainly be asked for something in exchange for this. But our survival, alas, depends on it. At least for as long as I travel among you.
Let's talk about it later.
Always at your service.
Here we are, off the coast.
All the latest fashions and our embroidery.
I have to go tell Alvida that Sir Francis wants to see us.
Workwear or evening wear. You'll find everything you need here.
Dear friends, what a pleasure to see you again. Do you wish to discuss something?
My friend Sybil has something to ask you.
Lady de Vespe, I'm listening.
I shall do my best to be brief, Sir D'Argenton. Someone has placed a bounty on my head. We are constantly being attacked by hired assassins, and I fear that eventually they'll get the best of us.
Do you have any idea who's taken out this contract?
Alas, no. If I did, I would have gone and settled this score myself. Nevertheless, you know these assassins. If I were to have the official protection of the Prince d'Orsay, they would cease their attacks.
Unless, of course, they've been sent by your uncle himself. They would never risk angering a Prince of Serene. We could offer you protection. However...
However...
You are a de Vespe yourself, Sybil. It will be difficult to convince Prince Claude to accord his protection to someone with that name. Your family has attempted to bring harm to us in so many different ways that it would require that you prove to us you've severed all ties to them.
And how am I to do that?
Well, it just so happens that we were informed of the existence of several sensitive documents concerning your uncle by someone from his entourage. These documents could precipitate his downfall, and we could use them against him if he were to bother us again. The young person that contacted us is too afraid for her life to reveal her name. We think that she is one of the prince's favorites. Bring me these documents and assist the young woman, and I promise you that you will immediately benefit from the official protection of Prince d'Orsay.
Agreed.
Really?
We will help this woman and bring back to you whatever we can to bend my uncle's knee. We don't really have a choice, I fear. And the request of Sir D'Argenton seems completely justified to me.
You both seem persuaded that finding this woman and the documents is going to be easy.
Easy to find, I doubt very much. But your friend knows the palace. She should be able to enter and speak with those close to her uncle without raising suspicions.
Indeed. I don't know it well enough to say which closet he hides his corpses in, but I'll eventually figure it out.
Forgive my question, but why are you agreeing to help us?
The request from Lady de Vespe, while it did surprise me, is completely justified. And since you have already done us a service, and the d'Orsay family is sponsoring your expedition, it is in our best interest to resolve this affair as quickly as possible. If your friend had a different name, I could have offered my protection immediately. But with a patronym like hers, I have no other choice but to ask her to prove her loyalty.
Well, then we will be headed to the palace.
Do be careful. Alexandre de Vespe is as crafty as an old fox.
We'll leave you to your work.
Thank you. Come back if you need my insights.
All the latest fashions and our embroidery.
Good day. Are you lost in the palace? I know most everyone who lives here, if you seek someone in particular.
Good day. No, in fact, it's you that we're looking to see. We would like to ask you a few questions.
Really? Then ask away. I'm listening.
How long have you been living in the palace?
Oh, I was presented 3 years ago, but I was invited to make my home here only a few months ago.
Huh. Invited to make your home here. What a charming euphemism.
What do you want?
We know very well what this invitation implies. You are one of the favorites of His Majesty my uncle. Everyone knows that.
Since everyone is aware of it, why would I need to say it out loud?
What do you think about the prince's court?
Well, I wouldn't really know how to answer that question. It's a very busy place where one crosses paths with great artists constantly and marvellous musicians, and where every day is a party.
But...
There is no but. Everything is quite extraordinary, I assure you.
You're afraid. The question is of whom or of what?
I really don't see... I assure you.
Is it the prince who terrifies you so terribly? Or my dear cousin Octave?
It is rather all of you who terrify me, milady. You, the de Vesps. You're all handsome and charming, but sharp like an owned blade.
Are there any rumors at court that you could share with us?
The prince abhors gossip, and I avoid participating in any sordid discussions.
Come now, my dear. I am certain that you have something to share with us.
May the enlightened take pity on me. Do know that I am terrified. There is a rumor that someone in the prince's entourage is preparing to betray him by revealing terrible secrets. If he were to abdicate, I don't know what would become of me. Everyone in the court trembles at the idea of being led by Octave.
They're right. My cousin is not a very recommendable person.
I have told you everything, but I beg you, please do not share my fears with the prince. I wouldn't want him to believe that I think him already defeated. I fear him, but I also admire him enormously.
Thank you for your answers.
You're welcome.
This poor woman hardly resembles a conspirator. She's frightened out of her wits and too transparent to be hiding anything.
I'm inclined to agree with you. There's not enough mischief in her to take part in the slightest conspiracy. One might even ask how she was able to survive this long in this nest of assassins and manipulators.
I'm on patrol. Don't take this
Yes? What do you want?
We would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Do you know to whom you're speaking? I am one of the prince's favorites, not some domestic servant that you can bother at will.
We know very well who you are, miss, and it is precisely for that reason that we would like to speak with you.
Very well. I'm all ears. But please be brief.
How long have you been the prince's favorite?
For 2 years. I am currently the mistress who has been with him the longest.
The one who survived the longest, you mean?
That is true. There were others before me, but alas, they are no longer of this world. Unfortunate accidents. Tragic. Why are you asking me all of these questions? They are putting me ill at ease, I admit.
What do you think about the prince's court?
If I thought ill of it, I would no longer be here. Everything carries on marvelously. I do not know what you hope to hear me say.
That it's a nest of vipers and assassins where one risks death at the slightest misstep every single day.
You must have left the court long ago, Lady de Vespe, because I assure you that today, your description is quite inaccurate. You have quite the imagination.
I find you particularly evasive. Do you have something to hide?
Would you happen to be like your uncle? Perpetually suspicious? I am not evasive. I simply do not understand what this is all about.
Very well. We will leave you to your occupations. Good day.
This woman avoids the simplest of questions with the slippery agility of an eel. I'm ready to swear that we hold before us our traitor.
Her behavior does warrant suspicion, that's true. But we need to learn more before judging her guilty.
I agree. We need to be absolutely certain.
The prince's favorites have rooms in the palace. We need to visit hers. I hope we'll find some proof there that can confirm our suspicions.
I can't do it.
Our dear favorite has something in mind. She just hasn't yet carried out her plan.
We should verify for ourselves if this infamous secret office exists, and take a peek at what may be kept there.
Oh, I am very certain that it exists. This is not the first time I've heard talk of it, and I am in complete agreement. We should search it. It's time. If we want to discover what Velusa was looking for, we must go to the throne room now.
I wonder how many cadavers he's hiding in his infamous secret office.
I don't see any furniture that could be hiding a door. I wonder where it could be. I see tracks over here. can't do anything with this. I don't see how we could use this. There, look! It's opened.
Let's quickly search this office. I have a feeling that my uncle has a great deal to hide.
I knew your uncle harbored a ferocious hatred for the Dorsays, but I never imagined that I would one day come across a letter this incriminating.
Yes. If this agreement were to be revealed, the only course of action would be to abdicate, and quickly. No one in the congregation would forgive him for having thought to sell out his neighbors simply to gain support against the Dorsays.
What the... How did you get in here?
We followed your instructions. They were rather precise.
And so you read my diary? I would have done better to burn it.
Do not worry. We are here on the behalf of Sir Darjonton. He has asked us to help you.
We both are looking for the same thing. The protection of the Dorsays. And with this document that we found, I can already tell you that our protection is guaranteed.
It won't be long and I'll start believing in the goodness of the enlightened. I thought myself lost, you know?
Your secret is safe with us. But you should leave the palace as quickly as possible. I doubt that our intrusion here will go unnoticed for long.
I am going to gather a few belongings. And since you've come to help me, here, take this letter. Its contents concern you. It is only fitting that you have it. Goodbye.
By the enlightened and all the saints, I cannot believe it. Are you all right, Sybil?
I'm fine. We'll talk about all of this later.
If I were the prince, I'd be sleeping with one eye open.
It goes without saying. I ask myself why he would ever keep such a document.
Sybil, are you all right?
Yes. Forgive my sudden silence, but the letter from my parents has upset me. I didn't expect such despicable infamy. Let's go and give this document to Sir Dargenton. The sooner the better.
Dear friends, what a pleasure to see you again. Do you wish to discuss something?
We recovered the document promised by the favorite. We also met with her and encouraged her to leave the palace.
You have shown yourself to be incredibly efficient. My congratulations. May I see it? The prince has completely lost his mind. How could he even consider such a contract? If this were revealed, he'd be finished. As for us, we have something to keep him on a short leash until the end of his reign. Thank you, young people. The Prince d'Orsay will be informed immediately of your loyal service. You may consider his protection acquired.
Thank you, Sir d'Argenton.
You can rest easy, Sybil. The d'Orsays honor their word, and they never abandon those who have worked for them.
We'll leave you to your work.
Thank you. Come back if you need my insights.
If it's of no inconvenience to you, I would like to pay a visit to my parents. There are things I need to discuss with them.
My poor Sybil. I have no idea how I would react in your circumstances.
It was then that Madame de Cluse, you know, the one whose son is involved in it. May the Enlightened forgive me. Is that you, Sybil?
Sybil, my child, you've returned.
Father? Mother? I have returned from Alima. Yes. Allow me to present my friends. I met them there, and they have shown themselves to be marvelous companions.
My child, I am so happy to see you. We had heard that you had left your post at the embassy, but couldn't believe it. What happened? You seem troubled and you've lost weight.
Let her take a breath now. Come on, my little darling. Tell us, what happened?
Not long after my arrival in Alima, I was the victim of several assassination attempts. There was no doubt that hired assassins were on my trail. And then one of my friends contacted me. She needed help. So I decided to help and left Alima with her, hoping to lose the assassins on my journey. Alas, despite our meandering adventures and the arduous voyages we embarked upon, we were still frequently under attack. That led me to seek the protection of a prince. And while we were carrying out a mission to obtain it, I was given this letter.
What is in it?
It's a letter that you sent to my uncle, begging him to send me to Alima, rather than taking me as a concubine.
I remember that letter all too well. What else could we do?
It broke our heart to send you so far away from us, but we were not going to allow your uncle to lay a filthy hand on you.
I understand that entirely, of course. But were there not other solutions than exiling me so far away? I found myself completely alone, constantly under attack by bands of hired assassins, in perpetual danger of death.
It would have certainly been safer to find a solution that didn't require sending your daughter alone to a foreign country.
Forgive me, but you are foreigners. You don't know our family. You have no idea what it means to be a de Vespe.
I had hoped that you would never read this letter, that you would never learn to what degree of deprivation your uncle had fallen. At the same time, I am relieved that you now know why we sent you so far away from us. You can certainly blame us for the danger, and you know that my heart breaks because of all you suffered. But never would I have allowed that disgusting beast who shares our blood to make of you his favorite.
May the Enlightened forgive me. I believe I would have preferred killing him, even if it meant the deaths of all of us.
I was forced to ask for official protection from the Prince d'Orsay. There is no doubt that my uncle will see this as treasonous.
Who cares what he thinks? You did the right thing. We don't have the highest opinion of the d'Orsays, but they are known to be trustworthy in business.
You need to be careful from now on. We have no clue who is after me. Being now under protection, they might come after you.
Let them come. I could show them what happens when someone dares to attack my daughter.
Your mother is right. Don't worry about us at all.
We need to be going now. My friends and I still have much to do.
Take care of yourself, Sybil. And know that we love you tenderly.
Goodbye. Let's go, my friends. We should leave before tears cloud my eyes. How dare my uncle imagine, even for a moment, that I could become his concubine? That lecherous and misguided old man. Ugh. And to think that my parents wanted to protect his reputation by keeping his sick fantasies from me.
Will you have to follow the family tradition and marry a nobleman?
Actually, I have already been engaged several times. I was 6 years old the first time, and my betrothed was 12. The poor angel died of a childhood illness a few months later. The second time, I was 10. That time, they found me an old baron. He was over 60 years old, can you imagine? Fortunately for me, death snatched him sooner than he expected. Finally, before I was sent to Olima, my parents wanted to betroth me to a young man from a very good family. But my uncle opposed their wishes. At the time, I didn't understand why.
I confess that I'm glad that you're no longer engaged.
Me too. Just like any person who was brought up in a noble family, I understand the use of these political matches. But they nevertheless seem absurd to me given the life I lead. I'm not one to accept to be chained to someone to seal an alliance.
Now that you're once again in the prince's good graces, do you intend to resume your role as a diplomat for the congregation?
Do you wish for me to leave, or does the idea sadden you? I hope it's the second answer, because I'm sorry to say that I don't plan on leaving your party anytime soon. I happen to enjoy your company very much.
I must confess that I was hoping that would be your answer. We would have missed you had you left.
So everything is for the best. I have only one wish. To pursue our adventures together.
Good boy.
See you later, darling.
Need to talk?
Good boy, Till.
See you soon.
I'm pleased you came to see me. There's something I wanted to ask of you.
What is it?
You know that I was banished from my country as a result of something I did when I was very young. If I ever hope to see the spires of Mont Augur again, I must redeem myself in the eyes of one man in particular. An abbot. He's hard and strict, but I believe him to be a just man. My brother saw him in Peren recently and told me that the abbot is now traveling as a missionary. He is apparently leading the mission we helped finance for the refugees from Duton. I would like to seek him out and make amends. Apologizing is not something I'm used to doing much, so your presence would be a great comfort to me. Would you come with me to the border?
Of course. Let's go. An apology shouldn't be that difficult.
Thank you. But I'm afraid the abbot won't be satisfied with just an apology. If I'm not mistaken, the camp where he works is in the High Prairie region.
See you later.
It's my pleasure.
Did you need me?
Good boy.
Bye.
Thus we are descended from the ancient kings of Astria. It's a funny feeling, you know.
What does it change? We all descend from someone, whether it be a king or a simple hunter. What does it matter?
Your heart is far too pure to understand the fascination for ancestry on this continent.
Good boy.
See you later, darling.
Prepare to disembark. We've arrived at our destination.
Why, Fausta, is that you? I never thought I'd see you again after what you did.
I know, but my brother told me you were in the area and I wanted to...
Your brother is a good man. Thanks to him, we were able to finance this mission. I imagine that's the kind of thing that would never occur to you, since you've never thought of anyone but yourself. We're here to help the unfortunate people fleeing the war, ravaging the Dutan Empire. Oh, they've lost everything.
The work you do is very admirable, Father. And I was hoping...
Always talking nonsense, aren't you? Incapable of listening to your elders?
Abbot Appius, are you the one who's in charge here? We've come to inform you that all these refugees are under arrest for theft and damage to property. This camp is to be dismantled immediately.
Excuse me? That's absurd! These people haven't done anything wrong. They're just fleeing a war. We take them in and give them anything they need to help them rebuild their lives. They have no reason to steal.
That only adds to their crime. These parasites come to our country and take advantage of your generosity. Then they have the nerve to steal.
That's not true! If you must arrest someone, arrest me. I'm in charge. I'm the thief. Just leave these poor people alone.
In that case, you're under arrest, Abbot Appius. But the camp will still have to be dismantled.
We can't just sit back and let this happen. The abbot would never steal from anyone.
What proof do you have of theft?
We have had numerous complaints from local nobles who claim that provisions and tools have gone missing. We were shown a shed where the doors had been forced open, and granaries where it was clear that bags were missing.
No one here would steal from the granaries of these nobles, or take their tools.
Of course not. You yourself have admitted to the thefts, Abbot.
Now that the abbot has confessed, why dismantle the camp?
The land was ceded to him. Since he's been arrested, he no longer holds claim to it. Therefore, the camp must be dismantled.
The land was donated to the Holy Church of the Enlightened, not to my person. Please, leave these people alone.
Who ordered this arrest?
The Prince de Vespe. More precisely, his minister, Sir Duril.
Is that so?
I'm very surprised. His Highness, my uncle, has always supported the work of the Church of Thélème. I can't imagine him sending soldiers after his strongest ally over a few stolen sacks of grain.
I'm just following orders, madam. I don't know what his reasons are.
That's absolutely ridiculous. There may have been thefts, but you have no proof that these people, or the abbot for that matter, are to blame.
Oh, I have no doubt that when we search the camp, we'll find all the evidence we need.
It's not hard to find food in a refugee camp, or tools for that matter. But that doesn't prove they were stolen. You seem to be in a great hurry to arrest the abbot and break up this camp. These people will need time to find new shelter. Have a heart and give them a few days.
Absolutely not. I have orders. These people must return home. They're no longer welcome here.
You know they can't go home. What do you want them to do? Wander around aimlessly in groups with nowhere to go?
I admit that wouldn't be ideal.
We have excellent relations with the House d'Orsay, which I'm sure would disapprove of such methods.
Right. Listen, get them to start packing up their things. I'll give them a few days, but they have to leave. I'll come back in a week to see that they've left. In the meantime, I'm taking the abbot to the palace prison.
The Enlightened has put you in my path, and that of all these unfortunate souls, Fausta. Prove their innocence. Save them.
Don't worry, Abbot. We'll save them, and you too.
Pardon my interruption, but I thought I heard some noise. I live nearby. What's going on here exactly? What were those soldiers doing?
They came to arrest the abbot, and they wanted to shut down this refugee camp.
It's about time. Someone had to deal with those thieves and put them in their place. I imagine this dreadful camp will soon be nothing more than a bad memory. Good day, young people.
We must clear the abbot's name. I know he's not a thief. And as for that guard, I may be wrong, but I felt like there was something strange about her. Please, we must investigate and find the real culprits. Perhaps the abbot will forgive me if we succeed. And I need his forgiveness.
Hello. I'm sorry to welcome you here under the present circumstances. Is there anything I can do for you? You don't look like refugees.
My name is Fausta. I knew the abbot once and came to speak with him. I didn't expect to see this.
Would you mind answering a few questions? We'd like to understand what's going on here. Perhaps we can help you.
I'll gladly answer any questions you may have, especially if it will allow us to continue our work here.
What can you tell us about the shelter?
Our relief mission began here some time ago, to provide shelter for victims of the Dutan War. It's not easy. We've taken in far more people than we expected. We're in constant danger of running out of resources. And our neighbor, the Count of Rian, is bent on getting rid of us and our flock, which doesn't make things any easier. He's been hounding us for weeks. And now, he has finally got his way. Without the abbot, what will become of us?
What can you tell us about the shelter?
Our relief mission began here some time ago, to provide shelter for victims of the Dutan War. It's not easy. We've taken in far more people than we expected. We're in constant danger of running out of resources. And our neighbor, the Count of Rian, is bent on getting rid of us and our flock, which doesn't make things any easier. He's been hounding us for weeks. And now, he has finally got his way. Without the abbot, what will become of us?
We'll leave you to your flock.
Thank you. I pray that the Enlightened will help you bring the abbot back to us.
In his journal, the abbot says he's been holding services to lift the spirits of the refugees. I wonder where they could be taking place. He can't be holding them here in the camp. That would cause too much tension with the Carmenists.
Yes, best to avoid stirring up the trouble that drove them out of Dooton. Let's ask the missionaries if they know where they take place.
Are you with the soldiers? Did they send you to tell us to clear out?
No, not at all. We just have some questions to ask you. We'd like to understand what happened.
If it can save the abbot and allow us to stay, I'll be happy to answer.
The abbot was accused of theft. In fact, he just confessed to it so the guards would leave you alone.
The abbot is a holy man. Why would he do that? We're not thieves. And I don't think anyone here could have done such a thing. We would have known.
It seems that food was stolen. It would be understandable if you took something to eat.
Everyone here has endured terrible things. We lost everything, but we still have our dignity. We didn't steal anything.
If you had to leave, where would you go? Do you have friends or family somewhere?
No. Anyone who's still alive is still fighting out there. Unless they've already gone to be with the dead. I have no idea where else we could go. Theleme is too far away, and we're not equipped to reach the free cities. We could go further south in the congregation, but would we be any better off there than we are here?
Are you a Mateist? I assume you all are, since this camp is run by the Church of Theleme.
Not all of us are. I've lost the faith. I used to believe in the goodness of the enlightened and the words of Saint Matthias. But there are all kinds of people here, Matthists and Carmenists alike. All are welcome as long as they don't bring their conflicts with them.
We'll be going now.
I hope you can save the abbot and this camp. Otherwise we'll all be lost.
You've returned. Do you need my help?
We read that the abbot was holding services for refugees who were interested.
That's true. He felt it was important to offer hope and spiritual comfort to these people who have suffered so much. However, he prefers to hold the services away from the shelter, so as not to make the Carmenists or those who have lost their faith feel excluded. They take place in the ruins of a church in the forest. Only those who wish to attend do so.
We'll leave you to your flock.
Thank you. I pray that the enlightened will help you bring the abbot back to us.
Look, something's not right with these inventory records. The reserves are increasing. There are no deliveries to account for it.
This kind of accounting is usually a sign of wrongdoing. I'm sorry, Fausta, but your abbot seems to be implicated in these thefts.
Show them what we're made of!
Well, if it isn't those young people from earlier, what do you want?
You seem very pleased at what happened to the shelter and the abbot.
That's right. In fact, I was the one who lodged the complaint, along with others, of course. Those alleged refugees of war are no more than thieves.
Please forgive me for asking, but who are you?
True. I haven't introduced myself properly. I am the Count of Rian, the lord of these lands. And you?
We are acquaintances of Abbot Appius. Pardon my intrusion, but we understood that the land had been granted to the refugees. If the land belongs to you, how can this be?
My mother granted the land to the Church of Thélème. She intended it to be used for a religious edifice or some place of learning. Certainly not a camp for thieves. Fortunately, the abbot's arrest will certainly allow us to put an end to this grant.
What proof do you have that the people who stole from you are housed in this camp?
Well, that's for the guards to ascertain, but all the robberies took place after the camp was established here. I'm not the only one who has been robbed. Other nobles have complained as well. And I won't even mention what they're up to in the woods.
In the woods?
Yes, for a while now, they've been seen going into the woods in groups and making a terrible racket. I suspect they're plotting attacks on the caravans that pass through the area.
It seems you resent the refugees for more than just these thefts. What do you have against them?
What an odd question. We were once at war with their country, and now they dare come here and settle on our land. They expect us to look after them, even to feed them. That is, when they don't just help themselves to our stores. Not as if we share the same culture, believe me. There's no sophistication or elegance to these people. Why should we welcome them here? Let them go somewhere else. To Thélème, seeing as their church is so eager to help them.
We'll leave you now.
All right then. Have a nice day.
This door is locked. I don't have the key.
Only a fool dares to attack a Devest.
My armor is ruined.
My armor is completely ruined.
These ruins, most likely those of a church built when these lands belonged to the Dusan Empire. This must be where services are held. Look at this. I could never have imagined Abbot Appius embroiled in a theft. And yet here we are.
Desperation can drive even the most upstanding people to do very strange things. But we have no proof that the abbot himself is responsible for the thefts.
This note is very short. It appears to have been written by a refugee who recently became a missionary. He says he needs to take responsibility for his past and go talk to the Count to try and set things right.
I doubt he'll be well received. The Count despises refugees, and becoming a missionary won't change that. We should speak to the Count again. I find it odd that he didn't even mention the missionary's visit the last time we saw him.
The Count doesn't seem to be home.
Let's make the most of it and have a look.
We need a key to open this door.
That smell. There's something rotting nearby.
I agree. It smells like death. The scent's so strong we should be able to follow it. He's still wearing a missionary's habit. He was murdered.
Murdered and thrown into a pit in the garden like a rabid dog. May the Enlightened take him into his care. He didn't deserve this.
The Count must be mad. Unless he's trying to cover up something that this man's confession would have brought to light.
We should search his house to be certain.
Look at this. For weeks, the area's nobles have been plotting to close this camp. They've bribed guards, exaggerated the extent of the damage to make their case stronger, and killed the troublemaker.
This journal could convince the prince's advisor to look into the matter, and perhaps even free the abbot. But I'd sooner we went to the meeting it mentions. We could catch them in the act. It's not far from here. As I understand it, they're supposed to meet in the forest, just a short distance from this residence. The troublemaker was probably that poor missionary. It's too late to save him, but we can catch his killers.
What's done is done, and now I want you to go and harass those refugees, steal their supplies, and give them a good scare. They need to be gone as soon as possible.
We have company. I wish you'd warned us. We're expecting visitors.
They're those troublemakers, the Abbot's friends. Kill them! No one must be able to report on our agreement.
Ah, as you wish. To arms!
Let's show them what we're made of! My armor is completely ruined!
Please, don't kill us. We'll tell our superiors everything, and we'll give the names of the traitors who used us.
Very well, we'll let you live. But don't forget your promise.
We won't forget it. Thank you. Come on, let's get out of here.
Those spineless nobles fled as soon as we drew our weapons.
It's a good thing we spared the soldiers. They can attest to the truth of what happened if necessary.
I think the prince will be especially pleased that we didn't kill his soldiers.
Workwear or evenwear. Your sidekicks?
You're back. What do you want this time?
We've come to ask you to release Abbot Appius, who we have been told is imprisoned here.
Appius? Our soldiers reported that he confessed to being a thief. I realize the situation is unfortunate, given our relationship with Thélème, but I cannot free a man who has committed multiple thefts.
We found this journal in the Count of Rian's things. This is all part of a scheme he devised with the other nobles in the region to get his land back and get rid of undesirables. By his own admission, he bribed some of the local guards to carry out his plan.
Let me read that. Shocking. I never would have thought these provincial nobles would be bold enough to plot something like this.
It also says that he eliminated a troublesome individual, and we found the body. It was a missionary who was murdered and thrown into a pit on the grounds of the Count's villa.
How dreadful. I can't imagine what the prince and the ambassador of Thélème will say.
We went to the meeting place mentioned and heard the nobles giving orders to the bribed soldiers. The Count ordered them to scare the refugees and steal their supplies. We spared the soldiers' lives, so they can confirm what we've told you.
We'll have to offer compensation to the missionaries at the camp. This is completely unacceptable. Thank you for investigating this matter so diligently. I'll send some of my most trusted men to arrest the Count immediately. They'll continue your investigation and make sure this conspiracy is completely dismantled. The abbot will, of course, be released and escorted back to the shelter with our deepest apologies.
We would like to go see the abbot at the shelter as soon as possible.
I understand. You are quite right. Goodbye, and thank you again for what you've done.
Fausta, I've learned I have you and your friends to thank for my liberation. Thanks to your help, the shelter will be able to pursue its mission, and the refugees once again can hope for a brighter future. And that Count who despised us so greatly now has time to rue his decisions from behind bars. I was told what happened to our young missionary, who was killed for repenting and trying to do good. It's terrible. But he's with the enlightened now. Thank you for everything you have done for me. And for us. Fausta, I was wrong about you. I thought you were still the selfish, irresponsible girl who set fire to my monastery.
Please forgive me, Abbot. I was a rebellious child who wanted to flee from you and your teachings. It was only meant to be a diversion, but I lost control. What happened was not my intention.
I understood that. But I still agreed with your banishment. A woman died because of your actions, but you have changed. And the enlightened teaches us forgiveness. I will write to the cardinals to lift your banishment. You will be able to return home, if you wish. Thank you all again. You cannot imagine how much good you have done by enabling this refuge to continue to exist.
I don't need to imagine it, Abbot. I already know. You are the one I should thank for your kindness towards the refugees. I will see to it that in the future you are regularly brought food and anything else you might need.
May the enlightened bless you, my son.
When I dragged you into this affair, I hoped to obtain the abbot's forgiveness. But deep down, I only half believed that. Yet, thanks to you, I am finally freed from my past sins. You can't imagine how relieved I am. Thank you.
I'll leave you alone for now.
Suit yourself. You know I'm always here for you.
I cannot believe that those scientists succeeded in bringing another of those creatures into being. It wasn't as big as the one you faced in Esquiara, but it was terrifying nonetheless. Fortunately, we managed to put an end to those horrible experiments.
I'll leave you to it, Safia.
See you later, my friend, and take care.
Thank you so much for allowing me to help my brother. I still have a long way to go before he forgets what he went through because of me. But at least he stopped hating me.
I'll leave you alone for now.
Suit yourself. You know I'm always here for you. May the Enlightened forgive me, but when I think of men like Kernaz and his scientists, I sometimes doubt his goodness. They're truly willing to do anything to rule, including inflicting torture and carrying out the most horrific rituals. Fortunately, we were able to put an end to their plans.
I'll leave you alone for now.
Suit yourself. You know I'm always here for you. I wish we had saved Jacquemus. He wasn't the best of men, but he didn't deserve to end like that. May the Enlightened hold him in his holy keeping. At least we have won the support of the Father Cardinal, and believe me, that will be useful.
I'll leave you alone for now.
Suit yourself. You know I'm always here for you. What can I do for you, dear?
I'll leave you alone.
Suit.
Is everything okay? Would you like to chat?
What does being a Naut mean to you? I get the impression that when you talk about the Nauts, you talk about them as if they were your clan, your family.
That's true. I don't know what being part of a clan means to you, but the Nauts are my family. Quite literally, to begin with. After all, my family are Nauts, but it's more than just our lineage. The sea, the ships, Euxantis, our knowledge of navigation, and even the rules that govern us are all a part of me. Part of my history. I'm proud to be a Naut. I'm proud to ride the waves. Even if I'm not always proud of the things we agree to do on behalf of others. We're not really a people. The many Sea-Given who come from around the world are just as much Nauts as I am. The thing that unites us is the belief that we share the sea. The sea is the bond we all share, and Euxantis is our home. I imagine it's an idea that must seem strange to an outsider.
Maybe a little. But your bond with and because of the sea reminds me of the bond we Donegada have with our island. No matter what clan we're from, we all share the same bond with the land of Tir Fredi. We're all different. And the specific history of our clans makes us unique. Yet we also share a great deal of knowledge. Traditions that are handed down from generation to generation. And our land binds us together, creating a mutual understanding that's deeper than words. And also a sense of belonging.
That's it. That's exactly it. I'm so happy you understand. There are so many people who only see us as merchants on ships, but I think we're much more than that.
Are you happy to have become the captain of the Constantia? That boat must mean a lot to you.
I'm happy to have recovered my mother's ship, even though, I admit, I had misgivings at first. After all, she did die at its helm, but when I reached it, I immediately felt a connection, and many memories came back to me. Happy memories of my childhood.
The things we really love are often this way. Sweet and bitter at the same time.
I had never thought about that before, but it's true. True love cannot exist without moments of pain, intermixed with times of joy, just like the oceans. If you've always sailed in good weather, you never learn how to sail. You have to be able to endure together and laugh together for a strong bond to be created.
How do you feel about returning to Tiefredi? This time as the head of your own crew.
Oh, I am proud and happy to be steering my own ship towards your shores this time. And I promised, didn't I? I had to take you home, whatever it took. But I must admit that the idea of leaving you there and never seeing you again saddens me. We've been through so many adventures.
I understand. And I want to thank you for keeping your word.
I know that I can't make amends for all the suffering my people have inflicted upon yours. But at least you'll get to see your land again.
Forgive my question, but how do relationships between knots work? I'm thinking of your admiral father and your captain mother. They couldn't have been together very often.
It's true that relationships with a knot are not easy. We are at sea, sometimes for months. And when on different ships, it complicates things even more. Some take lovers at every port or among the crew. Others remain faithful. Love is a strange thing. And when it's true, neither time nor distance can shake it. At least in my opinion. What would you do if you fell in love with one of us?
I would remain faithful, of course. And I'd hope that the wind would bring them back as quickly as possible.
That's a very noble way of seeing things. But aren't you afraid that the loneliness would weigh you down? Personally, I don't know if I'd be able to take a lover if I were to live far from the person I love. Just like you. But then again, it's easy to have principles.
I won't bother you any longer.
Don't worry. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
I'm always happy to talk to you. What do you want?
With everything that happened, we never really had a chance to talk about our bonding ceremony.
It's true. It feels like 1,000 years ago. But if you don't mind, I'd rather talk about it in our own language. Fragole jasjord, espignek daulech dam, da gret dau emes olevir. So kontabu je digret chal da vujit nes diri. Da gontabe di ad hanalidi, agereudi ad gredes, oid venei en magleben. Da elu de helugidon mil feteni. Onessa godom and, so kontel. Samel radido nes diern. Ja flint me. Hakaer, sa ned samach das glod. Sido. Age hamsteram seg, boat hagos enenik nes nodoigi. Demas hies. O koloen me. Kontabe kosag. Ko hontach, kanes henesem nes wiem. Harenduer sa ole des. Mache ol tegedachte he gauen. Sagato. Quod boe voglendidad. Kontabe de sequesa sam?
Escomem cam samel mabode des. E god neis dierni a mevas. E shiona age crei alied varma vasam. Aka chod samel tir ja snegd et siesene. E cante buied da vuied onca hebetum oleam. Can neis henesem. Ages fyrto. E nadaig cohagos ja toigt samel da veludi deis. Nasie entam vregu forsmeuni desa Amsterramule.
Name kassin, Aridenger. Name kassin.
I sometimes wonder if our role as Donegada still makes sense here. You, who are always so committed to our duties. What do you think?
How can we not doubt? We have been thrown so far from the earth to which we are bound. But I believe that our duty to our people is still important. Look at what we discovered in this lab. Thanks to this discovery, we can intervene before our people suffer. It's a continuation of what we've learned, don't you think?
You're right. I should first and foremost focus on what we are able to do for our people. And it is true that here we can act on their behalf.
Of course I'm right. I'm teasing you. Sometimes I doubt too, you know. But there are things we can do here. So many of the misfortunes lying in wait for our people emanate from this continent. There's enough to continue to fulfill our role for a long time, even away from our island.
Good boy, Nilam.
Good boy, Korans.
I'm always here for you. What do you want?
As a smuggler, you're always on the move. What's that like? Isn't it tiring to live without any attachments?
It's not the life I would have chosen if I'd had the choice, you know? I would have liked a quiet life on a plot of land with my family. But the war stole that dream away from me. I was forced to follow the local nobleman into battle, and it was chaos. Nothing but blood and guts and death. Finally, I left all that, left everything behind, it's true. It haunts me every day, no matter how hard I try to survive. But the ties I once had cost me far too dearly. Or let's say they cost too much to the people I loved. Well, at least I'm not alone out here on the road anymore. You're here too, in spite of yourself. What's it like for you?
like you, I'm just trying to survive. Trying not to think too much about what I've left behind, my island, my family. Even though it's also for them that I want to survive. I'm moving forward, one step at a time.
Sadly, that's just the way the world is. You seem to have understood that. It's hard, often exhausting, but at least you're not alone. You have companions, friends with you, people to support you. Don't forget that.
Forgive my curiosity, but why did you stay with us? You had the chance to return to your friends, your country, and yet you're here.
As you know, the giant monster matter was worrying me, and rightly so. I had a feeling it wouldn't end there. But after what we discovered, it seemed logical to see it through with you. I must still be an altruist at heart. My disgust with the world has not yet changed that. Unless it's just that I enjoy your company.
I find it admirable that you care so much about the fate of others. You who seem to see everything in black.
I swear I have good reasons to see everything in black. But that doesn't mean that people's fates don't affect me. I know how difficult the lives of ordinary people are. I know how much the powerful don't care what happens to them. So I care for them. And I'm glad to have found companions who are willing to take action too. You've been through utter horror, yet you're willing to help me prevent this world from descending into chaos. It is you who are admirable.
Goodbye, Ludwig.
Bye. Take care.
These are the arid shores of...
I can't wait to hear what Sir Francis has to say when he returns from Al-Sard. But it will take a few days. Ugh, I hate waiting.
I'm sure we'll find something to do in the meantime.
I'm happy to see you again.
The pleasure is ours, Your Excellence. Where is Zarin? Should we wait for her?
I'm sure she'll be here soon. How have you been?
Busy. We sail for Tirfradi soon.
Indeed. Wonderful. What did I miss while I was in Al-Sard?
When the general attacked Esquiara, a sage performed the protection ritual. She turned into a giant creature. We called them Guardians. We discovered what had become of her. She'd been captured, taken to a secret cave.
Intriguing.
The general had his scientists cut her apart to study her. The people we freed told us scientists had been torturing a prisoner.
How abhorrent. Do you know what they planned?
They took her to a place near the border between the congregation and Dutton. She was to attack the Empire. My people and the congregation would be blamed.
By Her Majesty's grace.
We were able to defeat their creation, and there was nothing left of their camp.
The Imperial Ambassador was with us. She saw it all.
If he had succeeded, the continent would have been plunged into chaos. Good thing you stopped it. I'll have our informants listen for reports of giant creatures.
We met people in Perrin. Cardinal Pius, Prince de Vesp, the D'Orsay's ambassador.
Be wary of the Father Cardinal. And not just because our countries are at war. He's a dangerous man.
The Prince d'Orsay agreed to finance our journey in exchange for a few services.
You must be impatient to see your island again.
How did it go? Did you present our proof of Cornaz's plot to the Assembly?
Yes, and they were appalled. But they are still debating the best way to respond. It might be weeks before they take a decision. It could come too late.
You told us as much, so we've prepared an expedition to warn them.
That won't be enough. You must also take an inoculation to them, to keep them from falling ill. I've spoken with the researchers at the university about this treatment.
The treatment we got on the ship? Why, we lived, but Shader died.
Precisely. The doctors on the continent have a remedy that makes it harmless. Go see Helise. She has everything you'll need to treat your people.
Thank you, Your Excellence. We should get going.
My, time seems to fly when speaking with you. I'm a bit concerned that Zerrin still isn't here.
Do you think she's in trouble?
That is a possibility.
Thank you. They nearly killed me.
I'm relieved to see you are well, Zerrin. Please, come inside. We have matters to discuss.
Hold on a second. One of these mercenaries was careless enough to carry his orders with him.
Let me see that. Indeed. There appears to be a price on your head, my dear Lady Zerrin. Someone knew we were to meet in secret.
That's impossible. How could anyone have known about this?
I took the utmost precaution in regards to this meeting. Not even the embassy was aware of it.
This altercation is sure to draw unwanted attention. If someone wants me dead, it's too risky for me to stay here. I'm very sorry, but I have to go. I'll try to get to the bottom of this.
I understand. I also would like to know where this contract came from. Goodbye, milady. I believe now is a good time to bid you farewell also. Thank you for coming, my friends. Now, I must get back to my work.
It was nice to speak with you, Sir Francis, as always. May the winds ever guard you.
I'm still thinking about the orders we found on the soldier's body. Something doesn't smell right. Aren't you even the slightest bit curious?
I agree it's strange, but we don't have time for that right now. Our priority has to be the vaccines. Hello.
Hello, everyone. How can we help you?
Sir Francis told us you could help us take a remedy for smallpox back to our people on Tiafredi to protect them from Gornaz's plan.
Yes, he spoke to me. I've prepared a batch of vaccine samples you can replicate and use to inoculate your people. The university has agreed to allow me to teach you how.
Thank you. That's an immense relief.
It's the right thing to do. But to make sure your people are protected, you'll need to inoculate as much of the population as possible. You'll need to teach others how to perform the technique I'm going to teach you, and you must ensure that your people accept this remedy.
I'm sure we'll be able to. This remedy isn't that different from some of our rituals. They'll accept it.
Come. I'll show you how it's done. I'm impressed. You really seem to have mastered the technique. You'll have no trouble teaching others how to perform these inoculations.
It's not really that different from the remedies our people use. The only thing that changes is the tools that are employed.
That's right. I'd almost forgotten you're a healer yourself. In any case, have no fear. I'll have the vaccine samples delivered to your ship as soon as possible.
Thank you, Alice, from the bottom of my heart. You're living proof that not all Renoixe are bad. We'll leave you to your research.
Goodbye. Please feel free to come back anytime you need help.
Here we are, off the coast of the proud cities of the congregation.
I'm working. Don't have time to talk.
Hello. Are you the person who was to join us on our trip to Tiafredi?
Indeed. I shall be in charge of the goods on your ship, and selling them once we arrive on your island. Sir d'Argenton made sure that we had all the necessary authorizations, and the Prince d'Orsay sent me the funding. We can leave as soon as you are ready. Remember, the trip is very long. I suggest you finish any business you may have here before leaving.
You have raised an important point. We still have...
In that case... You're back. Were you able to put your...
We're ready to set sail.
In that case, let's get to the port as soon as possible.
What is it, Nilan? I thought you would be happy to return to dear Freddy.
I must leave you here. You know that I would like to see our island again. But you've seen the tragic situation our people are confronted with in these lands. I must stay here with them.
Would you like us to remain here a little longer?
No, and you know that's not possible. Your mission cannot be delayed any longer. You must warn our people of the lurking danger. Go, bring this vaccine to the Tiarna and our chief. We shall meet again, if the winds are in our favor.
Wa'awalum seg, Nilan.
The shape of your island is instantly recognizable. You're home at last.
Returning home after a long absence always brings its share of disappointments, does it not?
The wind that carried me here forgot to tell me that my land had changed so much.
Stop where you are! What are you doing here? This is Bridge Alliance territory and foreigners are subject to strict controls.
I'm not a foreigner. I was born on this island and my village is close by.
I don't care. These lands no longer belong to you. Alliance lands, Alliance rules.
And any attempted smuggling will be severely punished.
Please, let me put these fools in their place. It's been far too long since I've been able to exercise my talents.
Sybil, if you please. I think I might lose my temper.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sybil de Vespe, and I've been sent by the merchant congregation to trade goods at your trading post. We obviously have all the necessary authorizations, we've signed all the forms and greased the palms of all the officials. The princes of the congregation themselves are the ones organizing this expedition, so it would be very ill-advised for you to stand in our way.
Okay, but...
Our hold is full. You should go and help the dock workers. The ship's not going to empty itself. Now, if you don't mind...
Yes, of course, madam.
Come back later.
This isn't a good time.
This is odd. Where is everyone? We should go to the chief's house. Maybe they're gathered there. Is anyone here? Furkan? This is really strange. There's usually at least one visitor here. Vatir! Vatir! My mother is obviously not at home. Maybe they've organized a great hunt. I hope it's something like that. I have to admit I'm worried. Chief Minan! Brigade! I'd hoped they'd all be here together. But there's no one. I remember that some were suggesting that we should leave the lake because of the Alliance. Perhaps that's what they did in the end.
The people in the fort must assuredly know where and when they would have left. We should ask them.
You? I'll be. I wasn't expecting that. The entire world thought you were dead. What are you doing here? What do you want?
Answers. We went to my village and we found it deserted. What happened there?
The priest of your village was found dead, and several young folk had disappeared, including you.
I can vouch for that, but do continue.
Minan, a man who I held in great esteem, came to the fort demanding reparations. He was furious and worried. Alas, one of my soldiers disobeyed my orders and killed him. I believe that's what motivated your people to leave the region. They couldn't stay here any longer with the river pollution and everything else.
Why did this soldier kill Mina? He was a good man, and if my memory serves me, he took you for a friend.
I know, and believe me, I'm still upset about what happened that day. That should have never happened.
Do you know where the other villagers went?
According to my sentinels, they were headed south. If you want to find them, that's the direction you should be taking.
The Alliance demonstrates once again that they are nothing more than greedy belligerents. But what else is new? I must find my people. Goodbye, Captain. Adir. Maluchtos, clos marhuedes. Linquid mavatir rambay. I'm sorry. I can't help but cling to the hope of seeing my mother alive again.
That's only natural. Forgive me if this is a painful subject. But what about your father?
He died while hunting. Killed by a mad beast when I was a child. My mother was never the same after that.
Halt! Renoik say you are not welcome here.
Wait a minute. I know that face.
Kadal? You don't recognize me?
You know who this is, Kadal?
I can't believe it. What are you doing here? And with these foreigners? Everyone thought you were dead.
We came here to find my people, but also to warn them and to bring them a remedy. The friends who are here with me helped me get this far and survive the continent. Without them, I would still be rotting in a jail.
I know a few people who are going to be really surprised to see you. Enter. You need to go and see our chief. Her house is on the left.
Thank you, Kadal. It's great to see you again.
Nasit credoet. Beard tir tomat.
Es neis rieden am ger.
Oi, tog dis velo quea dregt.
Toigen saranoik sa drego chwedesa. Riden ger. Crede me mes maruto.
To? Eskair to?
Havadir!
Arent? Smeond oem na veolem to oleg adiven. Hagin, eskeloin me. Quana rego me crefam toflani. Smeunduem kolda da holeg. Remne me lochten warm, da neo me essa da volge days.
And I was even angrier at the Renoikse.
But where are Nilan and Sheda?
Sheda has returned to the source of all spirits. As for Nilan, he preferred to remain on the continent.
Sheda wacht. Klebanu de Bonedum say. Come now, let us go inside. It will be quieter, especially if we must speak this tongue. We have so much to catch up on.
You know, when I saw the state our village was in, I thought I had lost you.
I'm a warrior, and I was so angry after you disappeared. All my melancholy was gone. Only rage remained. I brought all the survivors here, and we created this new clan. A clan for those who refuse the domination of the Lions.
Forgive me for not introducing you to my friends. Without them, I would probably still be imprisoned over there. Or dead. I met Fausta in the prison we were thrown into. She hates the Alliance almost as much as you do.
I'm pleased to meet you, madam.
Sybil comes from a noble family in a nation of merchants. She's the one who rescued us from the prison.
Madam, it is a great pleasure to make your acquaintance. I was happy to do your son this tiny favor. He's a very special person.
Ludwig comes from a country that is unknown on our island. His knowledge of the roads on the continent helped us to find shelter and to reunite with some of our people.
And your son, in turn, has saved my skin on several occasions. It's a pleasure, madam.
If my child considers you to be friends, you are welcome here. If you have helped my child, you are my friends as well. I'm so happy to have found you again. Today, that's all that matters to me.
Me too, Mother. But that's not the only reason I came back. I also have to warn you.
Warn me? About what?
When we were on the continent, we learned that a group within the Alliance was planning to eradicate our people.
How? If they're counting on their weapons, it won't be enough. We know this island better than they do, and we will defend it to the end.
I know that. But unfortunately, the method they intend to use cannot be defeated by our warriors, however brave. On the boat, shortly after our capture, Nilan and I underwent what we thought was a strange ritual. But Sheda did not. Not long afterwards, we watched her die of a terrible and unknown illness that spared us.
Tirce, I'm sorry. I know how much you loved your friend.
Without knowing it, we were the subject of an experiment designed to prove a theory they had. That our people are very susceptible to this disease. It spreads very easily and would wipe us all out, not just children and old people, but warriors as well. And in a very short time. In order to get a few servants, the Lions would simply have to use the remedy on those willing to submit to them.
They have no honor. Who gets rid of their enemies like that?
That's why we decided to understand and learn the ritual that protected us on the boat. The scholars on the continent call it an inoculation or vaccine. We've brought back enough to protect the whole island. But we're going to need the help of all the Donegada in all the villages to use it.
I'll see that the word gets out. Don't worry. I'll tell all the chiefs what our enemies have planned. Meanwhile, you should go and explain this protective ritual to the Donegada in the camp. They'll start using it right away.
I'd also like to speak to the Tier Nahar about all this. To warn her and seek her advice. Do you know where she is?
I know she's preparing a ritual for our dead. Go see the Donegada first, and then come back here. I'll tell you where to find her then.
How and why did you create this new clan?
When we were forced to leave our village by the lake, our clan, the Shantamlag, was no more. We were like a flock of frightened birds, far from the refuge of the great fish. Many were dispirited, their hearts full of woe. In our flight, we met refugees from other clans, and I saw that together we could unite to form a new clan. I spoke to all those who were, like us, taking refuge in these ruins. I asked them if they wanted to stand up against injustice. If they wished to create a clan strong enough to rise up against the invaders. A clan to protect our people and our island. Many followed. Others came later and are still coming. The Exragao, the Risen, were born.
What happened in the village? When we arrived and I couldn't find anyone, I was so worried.
You know, our village was already weakened. Our river was full of poison. We could no longer fish, and there was a lack of game. Then we discovered Toffland's body and understood that you had been kidnapped. Minan went to the fort to talk to the captain. When a soldier killed him, despite the apologies given by the people at the fort, we understood that we could no longer stay. This sacred place, this gift of the great fish, had been taken from us by foreigners. We had to find a new refuge.
What is this place?
It is called Didgidensen, the ruins of the first bastion. It's easily defendable. That's why we originally came here. I'm not a Donegad, but I've been told a few stories about this place, and I understood that it's also an important symbol. It used to be home to the people of the sea, and it's here that our people achieved their greatest victory against them. It was the perfect place to build our camp. May En O'Neill Frichteman offer us the same destiny as our ancestors.
I must leave you for now.
Of course. But come back to see me. I've missed you so.
Do you intend to fight alongside us? Do your friends agree?
I have to go on train. See you later. You have very strange friends.
Hello? Are you the Donegad of the Donea Ex-Regao?
Yes, and you must be the child who returned. I was told that some called you Vridanger.
Many words have been spoken about you, and of your missing master, and of your friend, Nilan. We would be happy to have you by our side to protect and guide our clan. Do you have any news for us? We were Black Algs before joining this new clan.
We suffered greatly from the raids, just as the Shining Scales did.
It's been said that they took our people to the continent, and that you were also there. Did you see any of them?
We crossed paths with many islanders there, including some from your clan. Nilan stayed with them to help. I returned not only to reunite with my clan, but also to bring a remedy for all our people. Certain Renaigse, lions, want to eliminate all of us using a terrible sickness that kills in only a few days. It spreads very easily, through ordinary cloth that has been in contact with someone sick.
That's horrible. Can't they fight honorably?
Some of them can, but these lions want to spare themselves the trouble of bloodshed.
You said that you brought back a remedy.
Yes, it is more like a protective ritual. It requires certain ingredients that we brought with us. I will teach you how to duplicate it, because there won't be enough. I will perform this ritual on you, then you will need to perform it on others in turn, so that everyone will be protected.
And so now we are protected. This ritual is not overly complex.
The ingredients may be more difficult to find, but do not worry. We will make them.
Thank you. Be sure to spread the message to all the Donegada as quickly as possible.
It will be done. We are protecting our people thanks to you. Have you already spoken to Mev?
Yes. You should speak to her as well. Her voice carries far on the island.
I will go and find her. Thank you.
You're Vridanger. I've heard a lot about you.
Lions are cunning and ferocious. But we need to defeat them. My child, every time I see you, my heart feels lighter. Do you need anything?
We gave the Donegada the ingredients and explained the method. Hopefully everyone on the island will be protected soon.
You're a great Donegad, my son. I'm so proud of you. Despite everything you've gone through, you still look after your people.
I'm just doing what I was taught. To look after our land and our people, as Mev and Toflan showed me.
Mev has finished gathering the ingredients for her ritual. She is now in the cave not far from the village, by the waterfall. So many of our people have died. She wanted to honor them and make sure they were returned to the earth. She told me that this would help you find her. The Hen Ab Kennedeblad. Ol Klebanidau are hawealam. Frag kom dawed and oide. She also left me this seed, saying that you would need it.
Thanks, Mother. I must leave you for now.
Of course. But come back to see me. I've missed you so.
You should leave with your friends. We don't want traitors around here.
The lions are... Slana, Morrigan. I am so happy to see that you have recovered.
We are also happy to see you again. I have heard that you have brought us a remedy?
Yes, in a way, but this remedy takes effect before you are affected by the sickness. It is more like a ritual of protection, if you prefer. But it must be performed on all of us. The sickness that it shields us from has already taken Sheta and certainly many other islanders.
I will help the clans Donigada spread the news throughout the island. I promise this in memory of our friend. And also because it is what my father would have wanted.
Your father was the best of masters. I miss him greatly.
We all miss him. He was a good man.
Everything happened so quickly during our capture that we did not have the time to honor his memory. According to the indications given by my mother, that's where we'll find Mev, the Tier Nahar. I need to figure out how to open this door. Water has been inscribed here.
Forgive my ignorance, but I thought that your people had no knowledge of writing.
That's true. It's not writing in the sense that you understand it. But the stone may be inscribed with symbols in our sacred language that only the Donegadar are able to understand. The word death is inscribed on this stone. This stone is dedicated to life. This stone bears the word wind. Water has been inscribed here. Here is the word earth. This stone bears the symbol of fire. I must not have touched them in the right order. Water has been inscribed here. Here is the word earth. The word death is inscribed on this stone. This stone is dedicated to life. This stone bears the word wind. I must not have touched them in the right order. That must not be the right stone. I must have... Zet enon mil vruchten met them. I should have been more careful.
No quarter!
My armor is ruined.
May the enlightened be with me. I sense that my hour is near.
This stone bears the symbol of fire. The word death is inscribed on this. stone. This stone is dedicated to life. This stone bears the word wind. This stone...
Your magic is of a completely different nature than ours.
Now please excuse me, this is a sacred place. I must continue on by myself. Adir Nahar?
Quetoi. Esto ridden of gas. On the Negada and Joan, Shantam and Lat. Es comen camp to Ata Garantam, Evoglendai. Credo membo Marosi. Samur Saya Leendesa.
I do mer ar...
Quai Borade e Mabulstam. Avatir. Atoyament da wiem da nesenesem. Atoya vreg da farnas för. And da vaust tirto.
Ande vaurst tirto.
And da veost tirto. Da gombior den sisa gechreul kaeron ked.
Echs reudon ked.
Es quod ta rebem olei. Ages quod. Ad loredar tate orid. Doig mu echte. Nas ankenam da uscanti e marui san estradido. I see that you still enjoy the company of foreigners, while our people paid dearly the price of their arrival to our island.
I am sorry, dear Nahar, but these are my friends. They are not like the other Renaigse.
I hope so. What happened to the apprentice and the warrior?
Nilan stayed on the continent to take care of our people that are stranded there. As for Sheda...
I sense your pain. She's dead, isn't she? And the worst Tirse.
Yes. She was taken by a terrible sickness that we do not know here.
Is that what you wanted to talk to me about?
There is a group of lions on the continent, led by a man who dreams of becoming emperor. A sort of chief of many nations. This man will stop at nothing to achieve his goals. And he believes that he will obtain what he wants by eradicating our people in order to claim victory for himself. He wants to use the sickness that killed Sheda for this. It's partly for that reason that I returned as soon as I could. To warn you, and to bring back a remedy with me. Or more precisely, a protective ritual.
You have done well. I am happy that my teachings went with you. Despite what you suffered, you taught first to protect your people. We will help you teach this protective ritual to all the villages of the island, to stop this man from eliminating our people. But if he is as ambitious as you say, then he will certainly think up a new plan.
I would also appreciate your advice on another subject. We were all witness to the brutal awakening of a guardian on the continent. The chief of a clan of refugees from our island attempted to bond with the lands to defend her own. But she transformed immediately and entered into a terrible rage, attacking both her own people and her enemies indiscriminately.
The spirit of the continent must be full of anger. It must feel betrayed, and demonstrates this sentiment through its guardians.
This is what we thought as well. But this metamorphosis was seen by Kurnaz, the chief of the lions who dreams of becoming emperor over all. And he slew the guardian that we saw and started performing experiments in order to create more, forcing our people to bond with the land. He seemed to want to use these guardians for his war, and blame our people for all the destruction he would wreak.
The Guardians are emanations of the protectors of the Earth, not weapons to be used against others in battle. And our people could become the target of all of the nations on the continent if they accuse us of the destruction. What you're telling me is troublesome, Bridengar. I'm afraid that you must return to those faraway lands to stop this man from making us a part of his war. You must try to discover his plans in order to foil them. And you must enter into communion with the continent, since this man plans on using its powers in his war.
Would I be in danger of transforming as well?
Do not bond to the continent under any circumstance. It is too powerful and too furious. But using a variation of the ritual of the Anatella sphere on the remains of one of these guardians, you should be able to feel what they felt. You must go to the place where the guardian was transformed to do this. You must pour this potion on a part of its body. Then drink an infusion that you must make with these herbs to enter a trance. For a few moments, you will commune with the spirit of this distant oil. And what it will teach you could save us all.
Thank you, Mev. Thank you for this counsel.
I know I am asking a great deal from you. Returning to this continent after having found a way back here must be hard. But I believe that the survival of our people depends on it. Try to find your friend Nilan as well. You will need his help in order to accomplish all of these things. And he can help you with the ritual. I also am afraid that if left on his own, he might fall prey to his tempestuous temperament. Go, Bridengar. And it is I who thanks you.
I don't really want to talk to someone who